Hello YouTube, my name's Rob Pollard. This is a quick video to I guess show off some of the unexpected benefits of VR. Um, One thing I noticed is most racing games like this one come with recording and playback facilities so you can watch races later. What I didn't realise is how much fun it is to watch these replays from a VR perspective. Now here I've actually set myself up as the T camera mounted on the top of the car, and normally this would be a fixed camera, but because this is VR I can actually move my head around and it's almost like they've kind of stuck me in a standing up position on the vehicle. Now when watching this from a VR perspective, you've got to be very sure on your feet because the motion of the vehicle kind of really upsets your real life balance. Luckily I'm fairly used to it, but watching a race replay like this is absolutely unbelievable. Apart from the sheer depth and scale of it, you can just kind of like turn your head in any direction to get a really good view of what's going on around your car, and without a VR headset this would be impossible to do, and in fact this particular camera view in the game is a fixed camera. It just so happens that because I can wave my head around, I get all these awesome views. And this is on a racetrack in America called Laguna Seca, and it has a very famous part of track called the barrel roll, which was that bit there. And it doesn't look much on this video, but when you're actually in the game, it's really stomach churning when you're going around the barrel roll at high speed, and when you're doing a replay like this and actually stood up in your car whilst it's happening, it does really make your stomach churn, but in a fun way, the kind of way you get if you were in a roller coaster. And I guess that's why for me I like this kind of car replay, because it kind of feels like you're on a roller coaster. Now I appreciate there are many people out there who quite easily suffer from motion sickness, so this is probably not an appropriate way for them to watch their replays, but there are other alternative cameras, including trackside spectator mode cameras, and I've tried a few of those out. It's just like being in the crowds. You kind of sat there, you could look around and watch the cars as they go flying by. So VR really does add this whole extra dimension, not only to the race itself, but to the replays that you can look at afterwards. And for me, that was really an unexpected benefit. And here we go, heading up the hill. Once I get back on the track, and once again heading up to the barrel roll. It should be just up here on the crest. Like I say, this is really stomach churning going around this bit. Here we go. So it doesn't look much on the screen, but when you're there in real 3D, you really feel like your stomach's jumping through. But it's just so much fun. And in many respects, watching the replays in VR is almost as much fun as the actual races themselves. Now another benefit, which I haven't really shown here, is you can stop the replay at any time, and if you've got enough space in your real place where your VR is set up, you can actually get out of the car and walk around it and take a good look at it, and that's absolutely amazing. Earlier I had a little walk around the track to look at some of the other cars. Now the room I'm filming in is quite tiny, so I can't really do a full walk around of a car because I just don't have the space, and these cars are, I guess, quite large, and hence why I can't do it. But I'm sure other people will post on the internet that have a lot more space and will show you what it's like to walk around a car, but it's absolutely awesome. Like I say, I'm heading up to week 1 of owning the HTC Vive, and the experiences just get better. There's always little things that sort of crop up on you that you're not expecting. One classic one, I forget the name of the game, it's a planes one where you're playing with aircraft and you're trying to land them on a runway, and they look like toy planes, and on certain parts of that game you end up actually in the game. on the runway. I almost got run over by a plane at one point, and I absolutely shat myself. But you don't get that in normal VR. So yeah, lots and lots of benefits. Like I say, these kind of replays, very unique. You'll never see a replay like this outside of VR.